Welcome to the Dope and Tape Show. Accept
Welcome,
cookies.
guys. Another week. Here we
Another
go.
week, episode 24. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. All right, let me switch this so they can see us. Bam.
All right.
We got
Boom.
Lou.
Hey there.
Welcome. Welcome. So, how did you get started? Where are you from?
Originally, I am from Chicago, Illinois. I joined the military, went to California for about 4 years for the Marine Corps, and then I
Were you like
decided
a
to move to
CB?
Colorado. No. The CBs are Navy.
Oh, okay.
But if I was in the Navy, I would have been a CB because I'm a heavy equipment operator in the military. So I would have been a CB.
What would
But
your
yeah,
role be? Kind of like heavy equipment. Is that the same thing as like a big truck driver kind of thing? Like
What up,
motor
Chris?
pool?
no, I actually, I use like dozers. I use cranes. I also operated like forklifts, graders. I did all that kind of stuff.
How's it coming in, Chris?
Bobcats.
Sorry, Lou.
Okay.
I gotta fix
How do
my
you,
stash.
how do, how do
What's
you
wrong?
see how people comment?
Well, you won't be able to because you're on Zoom.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Oh,
because I have
Oh,
another screen with all the shit going on.
oh, okay, okay.
If you have your
Cool.
phone, you could open up Twitch or YouTube and you can follow. Because I seen you're on the iPad. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Shit.
but, but it's okay.
yeah. So, how did you like that?
Being a heavy equipment operator,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, but um, I don't know. I thought I wanted to do something different, and now I am. So I became a sprinkler fitter, and it's pretty cool
Fuck
so far.
yeah.
So,
All right, so
Yeah.
you transitioned from the military to sprinkler fitter. Let's hear about that.
um, so yeah, I was getting out on my third year mark of the military, the Marine Corps. I have to say that again.
Marine.
Um, yeah, yeah. I was really just trying to find some way to like transition out of the military because I didn't want to like get out and have nothing lined up. So like about a year out, I was looking at skill bridge programs, which are basically like they give you or help you get jobs as soon as you transition out. Um,
That's cool.
yeah, and then I saw veterans in piping, and originally I saw welding, and I was like, they have welding all over the place. They have like 10 different courses that you could do in like Camp Pendleton, California, or like Washington, or by Seattle, just in a lot of places. And and then I saw sprinkler fitting, and I had honestly I had no idea what that was. I thought I was going to be working on like golf courses or something. I
Oh my
so
god. That's awesome.
So I decided to look up what a sprinkler fitter was, and honestly, there's not a lot of information on out there online about sprinkler fitter. So I try to watch like
Secret.
videos, and
We're
then
secret. We're secret trade.
yeah, it's pretty low key. So I was like looking on like YouTube and
Hey
all
girl.
these kind of stuff, and it's still kind of hard to find. I don't know. It's been 3 years or 4 years since I've tried to join, so it could be all different from now. But yeah, there's not a lot of information about sprinkler fitting out there.
No,
So I
we're
con
trying
No,
to
and
put it
that's
out
why
there,
we
baby.
that's why we started this. This is the big thing. Just trying to get a movement. We want to be like plumbers, electricians,
Yep.
and
How
this is
long
the
have you
only
guys been
thing
doing
that
it?
we can do, to get it out there.
I'm gonna share this bad boy to my Instagram real quick. Join up. Say hi. Bam. Okay, so pipe
Um,
fitting. So veterans in the pipes. What was it?
Veterans in piping.
That is cool.
Yeah, I
Veterans
actually
and
have the shirt.
piping.
I have the shirt right here. Actually, I
Oh, United
decided to wear it for
Association.
this.
That's
That's fucking
cool.
very helpful. I like that.
I never heard of it.
Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
now
It's pretty. I don't want to say like exclusive, just not like well known. Um, because I think the most people he can accept it's like every 4 months or every 5 months he can only accept. I want to say it's 7 people. That's the maximum.
okay.
I
Whoa.
could be I could be wrong.
Yeah, it
I could be wrong.
varies. I think that
It's yeah.
varies.
I think it's about seven. And then so my class we had seven. Um, and then out of those 7 people, there's only 2 people left. So it's only me and one other guy that's in Los Angeles that I know of.
Oh,
Unless
okay.
somebody else decides to
That's
get
cool.
back
I
in.
think that we like try to take in 10 a year. That's like the
Really?
number. Sometimes more, sometimes it less. It's always like it's the demand. If you had 10 guys retire, we'd probably take in 20. If no one's retiring for a few years, we might cut it down to that 7. Chris says we're like the Navy SEALs. No one hears from us, but we save the world. I like that. That's a fucking
I
sticker.
like that.
That is a sticker.
Yeah.
We did it used to be called helmets to hard hats? I still hear helmets to hard hats. It's similar.
No, it's not helmets to hard hat, but it is similar. I will say, but it's a completely different program.
That's cool. No, he's
Hold on,
669 out of Colorado.
I'm trying to look at it. So where do you see
That's
that
cool.
at Twitch?
So yeah, no, go to
Wayne?
Twitch. Oh shit, I got the chat
Okay.
right over Brian's face. Why didn't anybody tell me that?
I appreciate that thing. Thanks, everybody.
I'm bad, bro.
Ah, fuck,
It's
Brian.
been a fucking long. It's been a long fucking weekend. Oh, it's just right over him. Bry guy. My bad. I'm usually down in that spot too. It would have been blocking me.
So you just work all weekend, Bobby?
Yeah, I did some driving though.
Damn. That wrench still smoking?
It's like one weekend. Like when's that gonna happen again?
I mean, I didn't complain when that weekend that Atlanta had.
That's what I'm saying. You
I
worked
was
around the clock when
rolling
it
and
froze,
rolling and
so
rolling.
this one
Oh
was
yeah,
different
around
because
the clock.
it was negative 21 for like 24 hours, bro. And
God
the
damn.
amount of shit that froze, unbelievable. It's always like a little teeny crack in the insulation too.
Do you
And
think it's the amount of Atlanta saw? Do you think it's to that degree, that bad?
yeah, dude. All that was out was speeding around contractors, plumbers, pipe fitters, every fire alarm guy and electrician that you could ever, because I need a fire alarm guy with me everywhere I go. Every other service guy is having a fire alarm guy, because so say we have 3 or 4 service guys, they're very tight with their fire alarm tech that they're always with. So they're like, "Hey, meet me here. I'm gonna go fill." And the guy fucking beeps in the panel because we don't beep in the panel in Massachusetts. That's local 103 fire alarm IBW electrician's job. I don't touch the panel. It's not my job. So when I'm the fire alarm guy, zip tie the fuck out of the flow switch because I just get the building back online. I don't know the fire alarm guy in these places. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm showing up to jobs and it's blowing out plastic. I don't have one thing of plastic in my van. So I was way over in Chelsea, which is north of the city, which is far from my shop. So I just went and assessed all the jobs, and then I went. Obviously, the shop's locked, so I went to Wild Will's job in Clarendon, which is it's like low income housing or something. But I went right into the little apartment he's got, and I just raided it. Sorry, Will. I called him this morning. I'm like, your shit didn't get stolen, bro. I have everything. Your sawzall, your glue. It was like I was just fucking grabbing shit. And then I went back and I had it. And I haven't done plastic in fucking 7 years. I haven't done plastic since the last company. So just getting into it, and fucking finding shoddy work where floors are fed from different. I don't know. The attic had a dry system, so there's no need ever for any of that piping to switch floors. And the level 4 closet that had a hole was fed from level 3. It went right through to level 3, right up to level 4. And then the level 3 sidewall that was blown out, what was my first arrival, was fed down from 4. It's fucked up, man. I don't think that's allowed, and it shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
Whichever floor is getting wet, that's where the sprinkler valve should be fucking on. It should be fed from that floor.
Oh, I agree.
I don't like it any other way. So then that guy calls me back. I already went. That was in Chelsea to help that guy out, and he calls me back. He's like, "There's another head going. It's a dry pendant in the garage off a wet system in the seat. The dry pendant ruptured inside, and the bulb was still holding. It was fucking made no sense. You could spin the fucking thing under the bulb. I'd never seen anything like it, and luckily it didn't let loose. It was like it would have just fucking got a bunch of cars. Then that fire pump controller. So I'm in a panic. I'm fucking. The first person that I was messaging was Big Kev. I called Big Kev FaceTime. I let it ring like 6, 7 times. He's not answering. I hang up. I call Brian. He's suit and tie with Sarah. Fucking. He's like, "Oh, is this an emergency?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "What do I do with this fucking?" There's water
It
pouring
was
out
like
of the
10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, oh, yeah. We were just getting going, kid. The water's pouring out of the fire pump controller. Old Clark, like when I go to that job and I fucking took a bunch of videos of that old one. I'm just looking at it and the water's just pouring out. I'm like, oh fuck. Brian's like, don't open it. Maintenance guy shows up, fucking rips
Dude,
that thing right open. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, oh, you open it like this.
yo,
Fucking
bro,
pulls
I'd
it right
freak
open.
out.
The
Can you
sensing
imagine
line,
that spraying on the
the
inside and
sensing
this
line had
arcs?
all heat tape around it, all heat trace. So
Boom.
obviously it happened before. I don't know. It was just everything about it was sketchy. I called my service manager. Again, I'm not a service guy. I do small, intricate, specialty contract work. Like I'm going into tomorrow. I'm working in the sperm bank again. And then on Thursday
They like you
I'm
there,
working
huh?
in the blood bank. So I'm in
Make
like
you
these weird little hospital
$50,
jobs.
dude.
And
Yeah.
every one of these jobs I go to, it's the same ceiling guy, it's the same electrician, it's the same plumber. Like they just that's how it does. That's what I do. But I'll take some I'll help the service guys. I feel guilty if I'm sitting at home and all four service guys are just balls to the wall and they can't catch up. So I headed in with my extra pairs of socks.
Yeah.
So Lou, enough about
Yes,
me.
sir.
You're when are you gonna
Sorry,
get
sorry.
your
It was interesting.
when are you gonna get your
Yeah.
license?
So you,
um,
That's will you
well,
be able to?
I have 1,500 hours until I can even try to take the test. So that's probably sometime next year.
Okay.
Um,
You think you're prepared for that?
I don't know. I just did the apprenticeship contest, like quiz, and I got like a 60%. You need an 80% here in Colorado to pass.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're like completely the same or like they're a whole different spectrum, but like that's the first time I actually ever had to use the NFPA book, and I was so lost. I was like, I was not prepared.
oh wow.
Um,
Yeah.
but you know,
Which
I still
book did
got
you
a year
use?
to. It was NFPA 13 and 25. I didn't have to use like R or D or anything, so it was just the
That you got to be able
13.
to read that in. You got to be able to think of what you're looking for and be able to get it out of those
Yeah,
first couple pages.
yeah.
And once you
I'm
find it,
still.
Highlight it, man.
put a little tab on it. I got a sick app.
Yeah.
So you guys got an app, no? Through 669?
I believe so. Yeah,
Oh,
but
but you probably can't
you have
use
to
your
use the book.
phone. You have to use the
Yeah, you
book.
have to use the book. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
like I said, I'm still somewhat fairly new. I've only been doing it for 2 years. I'm almost going on to three. So, um,
I got a big study guide. I hit you with the study guide before you go. I brought a book. I didn't use my book. Just fucking crushed that thing. But I studied. Like I had fucking 500 questions in note cards that I just studied every night.
yeah, it's just hard. I feel like it's hard to study because you have to like, I don't know, how do you study?
I
You know,
had
because it's like
well,
you have to find it in the book. There's so many things you have to know, and
so
it's
my
just
study guide was based off of test questions, because I forget how they would do it. They would somehow figure out what kind of questions they're gonna ask.
okay.
I think Massachusetts has like 10. They used to going back a little bit, but I think there was like 10 tests, and there was like 50 questions on each test, and there may or
So
may not,
500
and there
questions.
may or may not got those questions leaked. So it was like
That's wild.
it was something along those lines. But it was a good study guide, and it kind of showed you exactly what you needed to be focusing on.
Hmm. Well, I got a list on me if you guys want to hear about all of the VIP stuff.
Yeah, what do you got?
Um,
Yeah.
like like what they offered me. I got like what they offered me. Certs that they gave me. Just like a bunch of random stuff. So I'm just gonna hit you guys with a couple of things.
Okay.
Uh, so when I did the VIP, they told me it's 100% job placement. So anywhere I wanted to go in the United States, I'm basically guaranteed a job. So when I decided, they gave me like a top three choices because like if they don't have one, then they'll have the other. So like my top three choices were Colorado Springs, Oregon, I think it was Portland, um, and then Chicago, where I'm originally from. Uh, but I got lucky and I got Colorado Springs. Um, so 100% job placement, like I said. I also got like when I was in school, they teach you how to use the rigid 300. They teach you a little bit about everything, really. They taught me also about like plastic, underground valves, just
This
like
is
the
cool.
basics of everything. So yeah, it's a sprinkler. fitter trade school. I've heard you guys talk
Wow.
about that. Like they need more of
Yeah.
that. I've
Yeah.
never
Absolutely.
I've never heard of one other than that.
I want to put.
Besides, I
You
mean,
need a sprinkler trade in high schools. If it's a vocational school, I want a fucking classroom for sprinklers in it for fire protection. Say fire protection and just add it to the list because that's where it stems from. People only know about plumbing, carpentry, culinary, electrical
mhm.
because that's what they get in the trade.
Electricians, yeah.
Automotive,
That's
yeah,
it.
AutoCAD. Then they have HVAC. Where the fuck's fire protection? Fuckheads, put it in there.
Yeah, that's
So
non-existent basically
I'm gonna
in their minds.
I'm gonna go back to my high school and ask them what the deal is, what we need. Is it a little bit of funding? What are you gonna pay? You gotta pay a retired sprinkler fitter to teach some kids how to do fire protection?
Yeah, I'll do it. I think
Yeah.
it'd be super
That
fun.
couldn't be that much, right?
Um, but yeah, it's all done through the UA, so everything's completely 100% free. I didn't have to come out of pocket for anything. They didn't take out from my
Wow.
GI Bill. They
That's
even
wicked
paid
cool.
the initiation fee for 669. They like paid for that for me too, so I didn't have to come out like $300 out of pocket or whatever it was, and then plus 6 months. So they basically took out like $500-600 and paid for it all. So
That's
that was
cool,
super
man.
dope.
That's wicked helpful.
Yeah.
And now
Um,
you're in, and now we're stuck with you.
yeah. I mean, I love it so far.
What are
3 years
you mainly working on in Colorado?
right now. I want to say it's mostly been plastic,
Yeah.
but I
Wow.
also I do commercial too, so I do steel, but it's mostly plastic for me right now. And then dry systems because
Do you fab the
it gets
plastic on your own,
cold.
or do they fab it for you?
They
Does
fab it for you
does the
sometimes.
the yeah?
What,
Oh yeah.
prefab
So
plastic?
you fab it backwards, bro. You fab it backwards. So you do the main yourself. You run all the main yourself, and then every starter piece is plain, and then the second piece has the T on the beginning. So you have a apprentice go and drill all the hangers. So now you're just stabbing plain end and you're gluing, and then you go to the next piece which normally would have a T on it, but it's plain because the T's on the beginning of the next piece, and then you fucking have one guy go through the whole print in the beginning and write down all the pieces and write how it's supposed to be, and you send it to the shop, have them fab it and bundle it by room. It's fucking speed in Boston, bro. We're not fabbing. You guys are all cutting it on your own. That's like double the time.
Absolutely.
That
That's what
takes
I've
so
done.
nah,
I've
man.
It's
never.
easy. It's
So
easy and it's
so
fast
where
already to
so
begin
you
with.
would have like man, on a high rise we'd rough a floor in a day. The apprentice, there would be a fitter and apprentice that would go lay out all the hangers. The apprentice would drill them all. All the hangers would be in with the hangers there, and you're just stabbing plain end and you're gluing it yourself with the fitting in your hand instead of the fitting way the fuck over there. And you need another guy. And you just do it just like steel. The pipe is labeled by sticker because you don't want to put Sharpie on plastic because it eats it. A Sharpie marker the oils in the Sharpie marker will eat through CPVC after a few years. You shouldn't be coloring on it. The electrician's wire shouldn't be touching it. That will corrode that
Yep,
pipe. The pipe's very I mean all the shit I was
brittle.
showing up to were CPVC blowouts.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I would.
especially if you try to cut it 40-degree weather, like and
Mhm.
under
Yeah.
40 degree, it just starts cracking.
Yeah, I've always used a little mini sawzall. The sawzall you see me using, that's how I'll always use for plastic. I don't like them fucking um
Doesn't crack it, the
the
sawzall?
no. No, when you use those like crimp cutters, if the blade's not like brandy new, it will just and I'm in 20-degree
Oh, I
weather,
know.
it just
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, it's terrible. And then you're cutting it back more, and
and
then
it like
more, and then
ovals it
more, and then
as
more.
as you tighten in it and trying to cut it, it's like
Yeah.
squeezing my pipe as an oval. Yeah, fab the plastic backwards. Try it out. It sounds fucked up when the first time someone told it to me, I'm like backwards. Just put
I
the
also
fitting.
Dude,
never.
you must ream it pretty good.
Yeah, you have to
You
ream
must
it.
know sawzall, like you're reaming it really well,
Yeah, oh
like a
yeah.
lot.
Would you see the reamer I have? Not a lot. You just fucking flip it over.
This is just like a black reamer, huh?
If we're fabbing on site, you got a Milwaukee drill. You got two Milwaukee drills, fucking 2x4s strapped down to the baker staging, and one of them has a rod with the reamer going one way, and one of them has a rod with the reamer going the other way, and they're both on full blast all day with a chop saw, and you just chop it, ream the inside, ream the outside. The two Milwaukee drills just fast. It's got to be about production,
Wow.
or I don't know. It's all about production.
Man,
Must be nice
roughing
to
the
get
floor in a
plastic. We
day.
get
That's a
told can't
lot.
make money if we do it.
That's that's freaking moving. There's no way we can do that. No way.
Oh, you gotta stand up for the team in the meeting and let everybody know you're going fucking first. There's not gonna be a wall top or any of that bullshit before I go. I'm going first. When it's poured and it's swept, I'm going up there first. And you have to make that a point. The only other guy that's allowed up there maybe is a carpenter, and he can put lines on the ground too. And that's usually how it is. We're all just putting lines on the ground. So if your main goes down the hallway, you get a chalk line, fucking boom, and then you just mark out your hangers, put the laser, have a little stick with a Sharpie, you mark the thing, and you just have an apprentice follow behind you with the same size rod and a hanger. And it's all about being able to put it in alone. You want to make plastic be alone. You don't want someone being leveling off your fitting way over there. You
Yeah.
just level the fitting off on the it's on the beginning of the second piece. The fitting's always on the
I would
beginning.
always I would rough up like a branch line to a drop, but then I'll glue it right after. I never did any of the prefab stuff.
I'll never dry fit. I'll never put something together without glue
Ooh.
ever in my life.
Well, then
That's the number
how
one
are you doing it backwards
the
then?
number one mistake you'll ever do. What do you mean? You glue it. Every time you put a fitting in a pipe, if there's not glue,
You're going
you're doing it
backwards?
wrong. Backwards. So
I
you
did
got a
repairs
you got a 2 inch
backwards, but I've
main and you
never.
got an inch and a half outlet on the main, and I got my hanger at 4 foot. I got my hanger at 4 foot and I got a 4'6" piece. I glue it. I jam it in the hanger. I jam it in the main, and my next hanger's already there. My second piece has the T on the front. You just stab it, glue it, stab it, glue it. I'm talking about big jobs. You got an inch and a half line that just runs, and then it branches out with 1 inch, and then to rough it, you just leave everything plain ended. There's just 1 inch that goes to the hanger, 6 inches away, and then that's ready for them to build walls and shit. The finish crew comes in, adds that elbow, adds the drop, and tests it.
So
So
you're
it's like
cutting, adding, cut,
I'm
add,
not I'm
boom,
not
and
really
then
ever
have
I'm not really
drops.
ever cutting. It's already all pre-cut.
That must be nice.
It'll say like room two, and it'll be all saran wrapped together. You cut it open, and it's just like the same thing. Piece one, piece two. It's just
Oh wow.
you got to put it together the same way as steel to make it efficient.
Yeah, I never seen that. I've always just done it piece by piece, just like you would do steel,
Yeah, but when you do steel, the fittings are on
not
there, right?
prefab.
Oh, never prefab?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm doing
Hmm.
prefab.
Like your 90s aren't there either on your
That's
pipe?
wild.
Well, what? Yeah, I'm talking about like a big job though. Like, what about like when I'm putting up when I did the hospital? Like all the mains came cut. You put piece one, two, three, elbow, 4, 5, 6, elbow. You just fucking. It's a big puzzle you just put together. Everything's prefabbed. You have your first piece an inch and a half with an inch and a half by inch and a quarter by 1T. You put that in, and just keep going. You're just like fucking yelling at little Bobby to get you the next piece. Give me my next piece.
Yeah, only on the mains, and then you're doing branch lines and drops
Oh
secondary when the
man, that's gonna
after.
take double the time though. If you're fabbing it yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean it does. I mean I don't remember. I did half a floor, and I want to say I was there for a week.
Pre-taped heads didn't last. I haven't seen those in a long time. I remember getting a couple boxes of those
Pre-taped heads.
back in the day. They'd come taped. They're trying to take my job.
Was it red tape?
Yeah.
No, these ones were just. I think they were Victaulic heads, and they had like just fucking 2 wraps of this weird ass tape that I would always just take off.
Hmm. I've heard about those, but I've heard they've always leaked.
Yeah, plastic was at that last company. Plastic was a big thing. They really, really specialized it. Hotels, residencies, apartments. Bro, we would storm up those buildings. It was crazy. Set the tone. I'd much
Wow.
rather be doing steel though. Hospitals, baby. All right. What do you got
Yeah,
going on,
that's
Bry?
wild.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Right now, well, um, extended stay hotels. So walking, I mean, I can run through
Bougie
those. I can
Bobby.
get one done so fast. And
Oh
there's
yeah?
like 5 backflows I'm testing, and one usually like 1 or 2 hydrants, 3 floors. So there's 3 sectionals, a main, and like I'm knocking them out. So it's nice and relaxing.
I'd be so out of
Port,
my realm.
yeah, nice, relaxing. And then the only bad part is like sometimes I'm going to like I don't know, those extended stay rooms those can be rough, man.
Are these new
They
chat?
can be rough.
Where's the chat? Live chat. What's going on here? Oh,
So that's what I got going on. Nothing crazy, man. Just inspections.
I'm missing a bunch of. So some of these comments aren't coming through. Yeah, so inspections, I'd just be so out of my realm. Like just even testing the backflow, I don't have that shit or even know what the fuck to do.
I don't know. I've been doing it so long. Unless it's challenging, I'm just like running through it, not really thinking about it.
Let's go
Since
with
I've
that
been doing
red
it
drill
for
right
so
behind
long.
you.
Oh, the Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hanging some like pictures and
You're
I
lucky that
worked on the
thing's red
bed.
and
The
you don't
bed
have
was
no
loose.
fucking yellow one hanging out behind you.
No, man,
Lose some
Milwaukee,
street
baby.
cred. Whoop whoop.
Let's see how many.
So YouTube, sorry
Boom.
YouTube, I was fucking completely ignoring you guys. John, new subscriber, what up? Logo used to service the Camp Pendleton fire systems. John again, my sprint career started in the Navy, mag sprinkler systems. That's awesome. San Onofre power plant. You are allowed to have a ZCA feeding the last two floors as long as the top floor has sidewalls throughout. Feeding the last two floors as long as the top floor has sidewalls throughout. This place did have the fourth floor was all sidewalls, bro. What?
What?
I want to see that in the code book, Jose. Learn how to navigate the books, pay attention to keywords and the questions, etc. Sounds crazy and
Yeah,
a mess of
highlight.
dry fittings.
Highlight. I always did like one. I did different colors.
No,
So
they
if
glue
it
the fitting on
should,
at the shop. The shop's gluing the fittings on.
so if I did on the code book, if I was studying, I would do blue for shall, and then I would do yellow for should. I'm not sure how it is on on the install, but then that way I can kind of
Oh, shall or
run
should?
through it real quick. Shall and
Hmm.
should. That's a big one.
Yeah, because that's the thing
And
about that test is you got to be like a fucking English major because they just like they change this
They
where
try to trick you.
yeah they change like the wording on you. They'll all the answers will be the same and they'll have the in just a different spot. You're like, what the fuck? If
yeah,
so the if
tab all the tables, all the tables. Just go through the book and tab them.
tab them
Like
tables
table for this and that, this and that.
roughing crew.
Yeah.
I'll hit you with the code on IG. I appreciate it, Jose. Yeah, so that's just how we would rough the plastic. The shop, so the shop fabs the plastic, yes, but so with 550 we would have to we typically would put an apprentice or a fitter in there. So to kind of like run the plastic fab, or you just have one guy fab it on site. Like that's you take the lowest person, the lowest apprentice. You have a sprinkler fitter's got to go through the entire plastic print and write down every single piece and how they want them fabbed and how they want the fittings on there. And then you just give it to the apprentice, and the apprentice is just doing fab and bundling and delivering to them where they go. And that apprentice fabs the whole job on site in a room with fucking reamers and a chop saw. It's an insane setup. I don't know if I have any pictures from back then. I might. I'll try to dig
So
some
what are
out.
you doing now at this point? How long you been in the industry?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, um, I've I'm gonna hit 3 years pretty soon. So I'm still my 2 years, and I'm about to be a class 9 apprentice in local 669. Uh, I don't know how you guys do it non-union or if you guys have like classes or stuff, but uh, so yeah, this after this February, I'll basically have one more year to go till I get my journeyman or yeah, probably
Yeah.
journeyman status.
Yep.
Uh, but I'm sorry, what was the other question?
I was wondering what you were doing now, like what you're working on.
I'm mostly just working on apartments right now. Doing plastic dry systems in the garages, uh, and yeah, that's all I'm really doing right
Are,
now.
are you working
Actually,
directly with a fitter, or are you like on kind of an apprentice on his own?
um, working directly under a fitter.
Right. So you putting shit together,
Yeah,
or you
right
just
now.
cutting for him and shit?
Working right side by side.
Oh, right. Good. At least, yeah, that's it. I
Yeah,
put you right to work. I'd put you right in your own room. Second,
yeah,
first, second year, go do your own fucking room.
yeah.
I'll
I
be in
mean,
the I'll
doing
be in the
plastic
next
is
room
pretty
over.
easy.
That's it. Once you do it a
Doing
little bit,
Yeah, doing plastics pretty easy. There's nothing really hard to it, so I
just
could just do that all day,
Yeah.
basically on my own.
When
I
I had my apprentice, I would show him a couple of times, just like maybe twice. then after that, I'm standing behind him watching him, and I wouldn't help him. I would wait for him to ask me a question, and then I would ask him a question and try to make it because I feel like you had to like really push him,
Yeah.
and if you're not pushing him to like think these things through,
Have to.
then you're never yeah,
Um,
you're just
My fa-
enabling
my
at
father
that
would always
point.
put me on the spot, and that's a trait that I take and I give to the apprentices. Like just something as easy as shutting the fire pump off. Hit the second year with, all right, which one you shutting first, right? When you're standing at the controller,
Yeah,
just let
my
ask him.
dad yeah,
yeah, I feel
my
that. I
dad
feel like
would
I'm always.
do it.
Or I would
I'm
tell
sorry.
little Bobby, I'd say, hey, we're working in this area. We're gonna drain it. You gotta drain it. You know,
My
let
dad
him
would ask me
try to figure it
questions
out.
and then
Where's
would
the
let me
valve?
work, watch me, and then he would chew me out if I was wrong or if I
Yep,
got something. I mean, chew me out, man.
the whole way
Yeah.
home.
How long have you guys been doing it?
Oh, dude, I'd feel terrible. A decade. I would say a decade according to uh the state of Georgia. But I worked under the table when I was 16 as well
Oh, we're going so
through my
10,
dad's the company
18,
that he
19,
was
20,
working.
21,
Yeah.
22, 23. I'm on like my, I don't know, 15th year. I started in '07. I can't even add right now.
Oh, interesting.
Been going since I was
Started in
I've been
2020.
going since I was 17.
Yeah. Bobby's what, third generation? I'm second generation.
Yep.
I'm first generation. Like I said,
Yeah.
I heard about it. I thought it was lawn sprinklers, like those
Yeah.
kind
Oh,
of.
I know. Yeah, we hear that.
And then I had the option to go between welding, a sprinkler fitting, or HVAC (HVAC), and I was like, never heard of sprinkler fitting. Sounds cool. Save lives. The
That's it.
firefighters before the firefighters.
I mean,
Ha-
yeah,
As I
you're
like to
making a
say.
difference,
hashtag saving lives. That's the best one.
Yeah, yeah,
saving lives.
and it's also some kind of form of plumbing that I could use in my house. Like I get the basics of it,
Oh,
so that's always
absolutely.
pretty cool.
Lawn sprinklers save your grass. Fire sprinklers save your ass. What's the minimum
Yes.
y'all
Yeah.
have on a job? Sounds like so multiple people. So when I'm talking about fab and plastic and the apprentices down there fab, I'm talking about building like a 500,000 square foot hotel that has like there's probably fucking 15 of us on site. But there would only be say one apprentice, two apprentice, three apprentice. There'd be like four people working on plastic, I'd say, including the one that's fabbing the entire job in the room by themselves every day. And then you would have a fitter and an apprentice doing layout, and they lay out the entire building all the way up, and then they drop back down and start doing finish once they, it's a pretty good process.
When you say finish, what do you mean by that? What's the process of
So what
finishing it after?
So you want to get the bulk of the pipe in before the walls, so you don't have to fucking be going around walls and studs and shit. So I'm talking about just mains and branches, and wherever the head goes, you're more than likely going to cut a couple inches off of that and either glue a sidewall on, and it's going to end up perfectly in the wall, or you're gonna, and that would be the finish crew. So you got a layout crew that does all the hangers, and then you got a rough crew that comes and does the main to the stairwells and all the lines into the rooms and brings bulk pipe to every head location, and they move up, and everybody has the perfect shit on their cart to just do their task. It's like an assembly line. And then once the layout guy gets all the way up, the rough guys are following suit. Everybody's trying to catch each other. So you put the rough guy as the fastest one, right? Because then he's storming up on the layout guy. It makes him go faster. And then at that same time, it lets all the other trades go. So now you got walls and ductwork coming behind you. By the time the layout guys make it to the top, they fucking drop back down and start doing finish. And the rough guys make it to the top, they drop down and do finish as
Uh,
well. And then you just finish all the way up the
yeah, on
building
the back end.
on the back end. And you like, I don't know, it's crazy. My first job was a 1200 head retrofit, two guys. Yeah, it all depends on the duration. If you got like a year and a half to build 500,000 square feet, you'll never do it into two guys. But for the
No.
I got a
most
question
part,
for you
like
guys.
I did entire high school that I did with little Bobby that I made a post about. Huge ass high school. There was always just two of us. I mean, we must have done 4,000 heads, but it was just like phased out till we were just there forever, just the two of us keeping up. What's your question, Lou?
What's the question?
So why did you guys end up starting this podcast? Like, what's the reasoning? How did you guys get together? How did you guys meet each other? Like, I find that
We
stuff
met on a
interesting.
Yeah, so
Instagram.
we met on the Instagram.
Brian called me.
Straight just cold call.
Cold
Is
call on
I was
Instagram.
yeah, I was at a where was I? I was at a hotel and I had an issue with dropping pressure on the fire pump
Oh yeah,
and the
that's
fire
right.
pump was kicking off and
We
then
were
once in a
troubleshooting.
while, right, every like 2 week every like week a water flow switch would go off. And I was like I was shutting everything I was troubleshooting everything I could think of and I'm like what the heck is going on? And I just called Bobby. I was just told
We're just
I think I called you and I called Big Cat too. I think I called both. And
and
yeah, and then we started, I don't
that was
know,
it.
messaging each other. And then, yeah, we were like, let's start
How
this.
long ago? How long ago was that?
We're on episode 24. This was like Christmas, like around Christmas, right? Right
Yeah.
before Christmas, maybe between after Thanksgiving. We were like, fucking, let's get
Yeah.
on
We
here and
haven't been
talk.
at this very long.
There was
We
another,
just
there was
decided
another
to do
guy,
it and
there
we
was
did it.
another guy that invited us on. That's what happened. So we got invited on to another podcast that no longer exists, and this
Well, how
is
long do you plan on keeping this alive then?
let's go. So we're gonna try to. We have
Forever.
So we have Shaggy coming on tomorrow, Quentin, and then I have J Mac, who's local to me in the Boston area on Wednesday, and then on the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, we're gonna bring Sal back on. He's got more pipe dope we want to talk about, and then on the 15th, we're taking Valentine's Day off. On the 15th, we're going with Blue Recruit. They're a fast growing page right now on Instagram, and they'll help you get a job. If you're like a non-union, wherever you are in the country, if you want to get into any skilled trade, they'll fucking get you a job without a resume. After that week, we're going to transition to Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think. I think that's the first time you guys just heard about that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday doesn't really give us time in between to really let you guys know what's going on the next day. And out of all the days, Wednesday is usually the slowest day. So we're going to try Tuesdays and
Yeah.
Wednesdays. Try to keep,
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
sorry, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I
Yeah.
still got to try to sleep a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, and
I
then
got you.
yeah, I have a whole bunch of people still written down that I gotta schedule. So, and then Chris has got a plumbing lady, I think that's gonna come on and speak with us. So we'll start branching off to other trades too, because I
Cool.
want to get other trades' point of view of the sprinkler fitters on their job. I want to talk to
Oh,
like
why they hate us?
I want to talk to a duck guy and
Oh.
let him know what he thinks of the sprinkler fitters.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be great.
Hope to see the thing when I'm 60. Come back and talk shit as an old man. Fittersmingle.com, is that a thing?
Nah, I don't know about
Gotta
that.
send that to Nick. Hope to see that thing when I'm 60.
But as far as the duration of this podcast, I mean, like our I mean, this is like a passion for us, you know. So
Yep.
let's say we
Super.
never make any money with that, you know, on this or anything, and it doesn't go anywhere business wise. We're cool with that, you
Yeah, we're
know.
just here to talk. I
Makes
And
want
sense.
to.
and
It's
and
really
we're
about
here for
the
our purpose
network.
too.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
purpose and like the network. Like before, so I mean, my Instagram's been growing. Really, really slow for a long, long time, and then just recently, maybe I just started getting better at making shit. But so my Instagram is popping off. It's just really I think I know a fitter in every fucking state. Like in countries, like I'm talking to just so many fitters all around. They're just like-minded people. We're all screwing black pipe at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're doping and taping it, but you're screwing black pipe. It's all the same. Whether you're
yeah,
union or non-union or you're fucking doing it, whatever. It's all the same. We're all sprinkler fitters and we want to talk. And it's about the network. There's a lot of action. So we
yes.
got all these comments coming in. These guys love it too.
And then what you know, people are
Okay,
recording, you know, what they're doing every day. They're sharing it. We're sharing it. We're talking about
that's
it. It's
it.
fun.
Like everyone is like, how many electricians are there on Instagram and plumbers? It's the same thing on the job sites and the same thing
Yep.
in the high schools. Like I like seeing sprinkler fitters on there.
I always find that interesting because you always be posting like generators and stuff, and I'm like, I've never worked on a generator, like I've never really seen one. That's just really not a thing here because we have pretty high pressure in Colorado Springs, like
Oh, okay.
probably like 150 to 200, just like
Oh, you're talking about a fire pump.
because
Yeah, normal.
yes,
Wow.
yes, fire pump.
Fire
You know
pumps.
you don't see
Okay.
fire pumps out there?
No, not often, and I don't
So
really work on
Wow.
high rises either,
so
so
what's
I never get the chance.
how many floors is the building you're currently working on with the plastic?
Seven, seven,
7. Then what's the pressure coming
So
in the underground?
170,
What
I
the
believe.
damn.
fuck?
That's
Yeah,
wild.
it's stupid high over here. I was working in this one place called Aerospace and
Why is it
by
so
the
high?
airport, and it was like 220 just like at night, and then it would drop down to like 200 during the day. Um,
So you got to hydro
but
test when you hydro test those systems. You got to hydro test at 50 pounds over whatever's coming in. So you got
yeah,
220.
well,
You're going 270. I always test at 250. I know a lot of people think that's crazy, but the apprentice is like, "How
it
high am
isn't.
I going?" I'm like, "250, kid. Pump it up."
Well, isn't the max psi on pipe like 300?
Most Victaulic
That
shit's
you're
300.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
what
So,
if
but
you get what if I get like 250? You know, like
yeah.
what do you
So
do then?
so at the hospital I just did,
Pressure reducing valve.
at the hospital that I just did, there's 300 psi before the main PRVs, the master PRV stations. There's 300. That's what the jockey pump kicks off at, 300. It's pretty crazy. I've never seen anything like that, but that's how everything's set up and how we're supposed to be doing that. But then it reduces it down to 175. You never want more than 175 to a sprinkler head.
Yeah, because isn't it like start expanding the brass?
I couldn't even tell you the reason. I just know don't ever have it. And if I go to a place that's got 175 to the heads, you got to try to get them with a pressure reducing zone control,
Yeah.
especially if you're doing some kind of retrofit. If you see 180 or something, tell them, hey, we're going to give you a pressure reducing zone control, and hopefully it's dual fed, then you can hit them twice. Oh, geez, you guys are popping off, right? I'm still waiting on that blowout Bobby hat or the shirt.
We're
Fucking
working on it.
bastards.
It's in the talks, you know.
Hats and a blowout Bobby sticker. Have you ever heard of BOFA? Bobby of
BOFA. No.
Massachusetts? What?
I think he's saying Bofa.
Bofa. He said Bobby of Massachusetts. That's fucking awesome. John Mitchell works on fire pumps in Colorado. Good friend of mine. Yeah, so I mean, you guys got that's astronomical pressure to be coming in through the underground. I don't know if I've ever heard
That's
about that.
wild.
Um,
Yeah,
that's a lot of pressure.
Well, your domestic, like county city pumps must be like really big.
What about Ligma?
Be pushing it.
Kind of like asking people if they know Chata. Oh, geez, they're all going off with stuff. Ligma, lick up my balls.
Yeah. Look at my balls.
That's a good one. Right by greatness. Is this a new guy? What's up, right? Who are you? So it fucks me up when you guys don't use your Instagram name. I gotta learn a whole nother name. You know how many of you guys there is?
at
Shut
least
the
1,000 that you follow.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make your Twitch and your YouTube name fucking Instagram so I know who you are.
Yeah.
Right by greatness. Um, yeah, I love this show. This is a fucking I have a passion for this. Talking to you guys,
Yeah,
No, this is
I,
so
talking
much
I
and
fun.
and just being able to talk shit.
I like watching your highlights of your. Sometimes you made highlights of your podcast. That's how I heard about when you were asking about the trade school, and that's I saw that and I was like, oh, I was in a trade school. You know, it's just sprinkler fitter trade school, like something that you never really hear of. So
Gotta make more. That's what Brian's always telling me. We gotta make more clips, more podcast clips.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Absolutely.
I think that I can do it. I think I can do it like automatically on Twitch. What can I do? Make a clip.
Um. Yeah,
Boom,
you can make a clip.
and then just saves. I'm gonna do it right now. I think.
You might have to save it on your phone so you can post it on Instagram. You know, I tell you what, I never thought I would become like an influencer or like a content creator, whatever you want to call it. Like I just like on my Instagram, I just posted stuff I liked, you know, and I never thought it would turn into like a post I haven't posted in a while, you know, kind of thing.
I've literally been trying to get people to be sprinkler fitters my entire life. All my
it's so hard
friends.
to get people
Um,
to understand.
you can see you can if you take the time and scroll way the fuck back in my Instagram. I've been posting that shit like since right out of high school. I tried to get a lot of my buddies in, just they didn't. Everyone does their own thing. Should all been sprinkler
Somebody
fitters.
somebody said y'all need to make a dope and tape Instagram.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be
So
pretty
the
cool.
It's
thing
just
about that
another
is,
thing, man.
yeah, and we already have all the other ones too. So
Instagram's like home base. Follow him, follow me. We have a TikTok, but TikTok sucks, man. Fucking China.
TikTok
They
sucks.
like anything I post, they're like fucking we're gonna ban you. you know. And then there's like all these girls like shaking their asses and shit, and I can't post a crackhead lighting a sprinkler head on fire.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of TikTok, but I mean, I did get 2 million views on one video. Brian was supposed to put me
Two
as
million.
he was supposed to put me as the background on his phone, and he never did.
I think that was like forced on me, you know?
I said, "Yo, if I get 1 million views, you got to put me as your background." The fucking thing's at like 2 million. So you do get views on, but like, where are those views coming from?
I don't know,
China.
man.
China?
Yeah,
And
probably.
follow BC the Sprink, baby.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
get us recognized over in Saudi Arabia so we can get a job offer.
yeah. I
Oh,
want to.
no way.
What, you
My
got something?
buddy, my buddy from he did the VIP class. His name's Henry Santos. He says, "Me and you are the last ones left out of the program." Lou, I actually went to the program with him.
Oh,
That's
that's
crazy. He's the
cool.
one from Los
Oh, whoa.
Angeles. That's crazy. I haven't heard from him in a
Where do you
while.
see that?
That's cool.
On Twitch.
Huh.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
small world,
That's awesome.
small sprinkler fitter
Me
world,
and you are the
right?
last ones left out of the
Dude, it's
program,
so
Lou. Oh, all
small.
right. It's
Anyway,
crazy.
that's what we're
Sprinkler
Yeah.
trying to
fitter
do is
world is
bring
small. Like we're all together. We're all together in
everybody
this, you
together.
know? Making sure we're doing it right, saving
And
lives.
the show's getting better.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we're getting
you
better
gotta
at it.
take that into consideration. Like we're just sprinkler fitters. Like we're fucking, we're lucky that we can get this thing on every night. Luckily, I
Sometimes we
have a
don't have sound.
yeah. We went like 20 minutes without sound one time. It's all right. Luckily, I have like a little bit of a video gaming background, so I can kind of get the stream going. But
Yep.
doing the Zoom was tough.
Bro, I bought a computer for this. And this is like my first computer. So
Awesome.
I'm coming a long way now, too.
You're dedicated.
Easy money.
Yeah.
Painters used to paint
So we're
on.
figuring out. We are how are we
Some
growing on
opportunity.
Twitch? Because we haven't talked about that. Because last time I know we got what verified or something like that. The first
So we're right now we are affiliated with Twitch. Let me check it.
affiliate.
We're affiliated with Twitch. To get partner, we gotta really be crushing it. I don't, we need to average 100 viewers, bro, just to get partner.
It's almost like we need to like add some boobs in the show just to do it, you
Pull
know.
pull them out. Overview. So I'm looking at
whatever
the
whatever
overview.
helps us.
We got
But it doesn't I don't get it.
let's see. Can we put this thing to 90 days, kid? Why can't I put it to 90 days? Fuck. Last 30 days we've been out. We've been streamed for 10 hours. 49 unique viewers, 27 unique chatters. We got only 8 follows in the past 30 days on Twitch, but I've been really pushing YouTube. Once we got affiliated on Twitch, I've really just been pushing YouTube. That's the only link that I've been putting, so it might be my fault too. But
Do you ever get anybody from Facebook?
Facebook,
No.
yeah.
You do?
Not to offend anybody, but mostly boomers.
No.
Like Facebook is like the older crowd, typically from what I see. But
Yeah, you gotta turn that light off. It's
well,
killing me.
I'm looking at Facebook real quick. I'll shut it off. You
Oh,
gotta
is
shut that
Facebook
light.
only like a super bright?
Well, I just opened the whole thing.
Mm.
I'm just clicking shit now at this point. Don't worry, it just takes
So
time to
there
get
was an
there. Help 2
extended
people on Twitch
stay.
get to
There was
partner.
an extended stay north of Atlanta that some guys were walking. I talked to the guy who stumbled across this, but he was walking into one extended stay hotel room, and there was a lady locked in a crate, like in a cage, and the guy that room it was like everybody said he was just like super normal.
Yeah?
Yeah. So if you don't know, not that I keep saying such great things about Atlanta. Jeez. But we're the number one like human trafficking state because of our
Oof.
we have the world's busiest airport, international airport.
And you can steal someone at an airport?
Yeah.
What? How did I
Well, the
mean,
thing is, they keep them drugged up, like sedated, So they don't know where they are. They don't know what they're doing. They none of that. So like the lady in the cage didn't respond when we were in the room because she was on drugs.
that's fucked up. So you report the lady in the cage?
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah, you
hmm
got to. So what? Then you take the cage to the airport and you're like, don't mind her.
No, I don't know what they do. I don't know, but I would imagine
When I travel,
they're
they fucking want my kids' birth certificates and shit. They're fucking looking at the kids and like my kid's 6, so they ask him his name. I don't know how you could fucking make it through there. I guess if they're drugged up, right? At some point, you have to start
yeah.
posting on different apps. Yeah, we're on different apps. I don't post much on Facebook. I mean, I'm obviously posting every day on Instagram, but
I mean, I started a
I'm on
LinkedIn.
Snapchat just as much as Instagram with the same name. It's just none of you guys follow me on there. Snapchat's more of like Bobby ranting and road rage. So if you're into that, fucking follow it up.
So
And
how do you have the time to do that? I feel like you're always posting something, and I'm just like,
just post that
how
shit, kid. Just post it.
you're
You got
just.
time. So like, yeah, it's like the
Doesn't
same.
have to be anything,
It's the same
crazy.
thing.
I
It's the
pulled
same thing for like a butt smoker, man. There's always time to go smoke a butt, right?
But you're always probably telling your apprentice, get off your phone. But then you're,
As long if
you
they're
know,
taking a video of me, it's allowed.
oh, okay,
All right.
that's
No,
different.
I'm not a phone
I'm
Nazi, bro.
just,
People have lives. Like if
yeah.
so and again, if we're on a huge contract job where we're not it's going to take a year, then yeah, don't be sitting on your fucking phone. We need to work hard. But again, I usually show up to a job and it's going to be done that day. Whether we're there for the full 8 or we're there till noon, I'm going to get my 8. So it's usually like put your phone away, let's get this thing done. But being alone, like I'm usually videoing in the travel time or like right in the start before I go up my ladder, I'll just put my phone over in the corner and I control it with my watch. I have an Apple Watch and I just put my phone on 4K and I put it over in the corner aiming at me and then I just fucking start the video whenever I want. And then I cannot be fucking touching the phone with my greasy hands over and over.
How much phone memory do you have left?
It's warning me. It tells me every day. I just had to delete a bunch of shit. It's like I tried to do an Instagram story and I couldn't even post the story because it said there wasn't enough fucking memory. Like, how does that make
Hmm.
sense? I'm not saving the fucking thing. I need a new Siri. I gotta get like the 14 or the 15 or whatever we got. Definitely following the Snap, Road Rage Bobby.
a 14. Yeah, I
Unfiltered
got a
Bobby on the
14
Snap,
Pro.
baby. Teague knows. I'm gonna get myself in trouble with that one. Yeah, it's always like a fucking Prius too. Fucking cocksuckers.
We have a link as well.
Huh? What'd you say?
Drivers. I said we have a LinkedIn as well. A LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, I gotta make one of them for me.
Are you familiar with LinkedIn? Yeah.
That's Lou, right by greatness. Who's right by greatness? Who's is it? This guy's got to
Right.
be a troll.
My greatness.
Like Rob Rod. Like this guy's bored. I appreciate the view. You're really not offending me too much. So I'll keep you in here. Right by greatness is just fucking. I don't know. Commenting a bunch of fucking random shit. It's all right. Oh, Henry Santos is on YouTube. Hell yeah, Lou. It's me, Henry. I'm still in the trade. Local 709, Los Angeles. Me and you were the last ones left in the program.
That's pretty
Tuikio.
cool.
So,
Yo
Lou,
yo.
Lou, do you have a routine, like a morning routine, like when you right before you get to the job site, like I gotta get this and this, and do this, and then I can kind of get started in the day.
Did you ask me or Bobby? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
You.
Oh no, not really. I mean, I wake up
I think
at
Bobby
six
just like rolls out
o'clock.
of bed and leaves.
I mean, I wake up
Oh
at 6 o'clock. I
yeah,
roll up and then leave too. Yeah, I don't
bro.
really eat breakfast. We don't take lunch. We just work throughout the whole day and
Oh
then
man, you're
get
hired.
off.
I could take you. You want to come to Boston?
I mean, I'll
Yeah.
get paid $60 an hour. What is it,
That's it.
65? You said? I'll take
Yeah.
it.
No, I mean if you want to be a foreman, then we'll give you fucking 71 or whatever the fuck it is. Dude, I spend like 20 minutes vertical before I leave this house. I go from
Or maybe.
horizontal. I give it maybe 1 or 2 snoozes. I have like I set 10 alarms, 5 alarms.
Damn.
No matter what, I'm doing 5 alarms in like 3 minute intervals, and I'm gonna snooze like maybe the first three of them. Keep rolling around, and then I finally will tell myself stop being a bitch, and then I go vertical, and then I'll wake my 6-year-old up, make him go pee, because if I don't, he'll piss the bed. Still, just get him up, see if he wants to go pee, and then that's it. I mean, I put my boots on, I load my pockets, and I fucking go out. What am I gonna do? I've never been a morning eater. And then I'll just fucking. I usually don't get a coffee
I
till
don't
like.
eat much in the morning. Wake up.
How much time do you spend in the house before you get in the truck? From when you go vertical out of the bed, enter in the truck. How much time, Brian?
Probably an hour,
What the
45
fuck?
minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, right
Yeah, I
there.
get up at 5, have a little bit of my overnight
My
oats, just
greatness.
like four spoonsful, some coffee, get my bags. I go to the gym for like an hour, hour and a half, take a shower. Then I go to work. Usually get there around the 8 or 9. Then I'll leave
You got
around
a
like
later start.
3 o'clock. Yeah.
Man, the fuck out of here, you fucking loser.
What?
No, I just banned that cocksucker. Pissed me off. I'm not in the mood. Piece of shit. Um,
Well, I mean, we only have time and energy for 10 people, you know?
yeah, he was all right for a little bit, but Brian's the pretty fitter. He is he is fucking handsome. Brian's got to look good, dog. He's got- Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking great.
You see my modeling pictures over the weekend?
Yeah, what are you
Did a
modeling
photo shoot.
for?
Did a photo shoot for a photographer.
Oh, he needed someone handsome?
Yeah, man.
Damn, kid, that's where it's at. Post them shits up.
Multi income.
Yeah, tell him. Fucking
Yeah. I'm
100
waiting
bucks
for
a
the
photo.
pictures to come back.
How much for a photo with your shirt off?
I've done that before, back when I was boxing. Back when I was boxing, I had a sponsorship with a underwear company. I did a
Oh
photo shoot with
shit,
them.
undie pics? Those are out there somewhere? Fucking Teague's gonna go find those right now.
Somewhere on the internet.
Oh shit, that's good.
I need to attach them to the OnlyFans.
That is so yeah, that so we thought about that. We're gonna do an OnlyFans. What do you guys think? Really, we should do what's the other one? With the P? What's the one with the P?
Patreon. Patreon.
Patreon,
Patreon.
right?
Yeah.
Bobby wants an autographed pic of Brian in his
That
underwear
way
with a
the
pipe wrench.
girlfriends and the wives will not freak out when they see that receipt, on their Gmail. They'll be like, "What the fuck
I
is
think
OnlyFans?"
gives you your in. You could fall. It's a. You think there's a sprinkler fitter OnlyFans page? Guarantee you there's not, right?
Uh-uh.
And we'll do
First for
like I
everything.
don't know. I'll put the shit on there that I don't show you guys.
Yeah, like technical things
You
that we
know,
do, we'll put on there.
which is another fucking app. If fucking TikTok would fucking help me out, give us some views. TikTok's got a big
What, like
like. I feel like
three
I don't.
dollars
Huh?
a month?
$3 a month to see
Like
Brian.
$3 a month or something?
$3 a month to see
Yeah.
Brian tear down a diesel fire pump in his fucking underwear.
And hard hat with gloves. I
And
gotta
a
keep
heart.
my boots on though.
Oh, boots, gloves, hard hat, fucking undies with the briefs. Tristan, right by greatness, needs out. Oh yeah, I banned his ass. He was getting a little
Like
crazy.
white briefs, so you can see the black grease get on them.
Ooh, now we're talking. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Hell yeah.
The sky is the limit. So Doom Nation said he helped someone get partnered. How do you do that? Like, we need to have 100. We need to average 100 viewers on Twitch. I think that's gonna be a little bit difficult for us, but I'd love it.
I mean, what are we normally at? 15?
We got 8 right now and 7 on YouTube, but
We're normally
we
at,
average 7 on Twitch. This is our
but
average,
like, yeah. So that's far away from 100.
and they have to be
You know?
average. So like all of a sudden, you got 8 people watching you for 5 minutes. That fucks your average up
Yeah, but how do
drastically.
I mean? I look nothing against it. If you do it, that's on you. And everybody's into their own little things.
Oh jeez.
Like I get into like knives and designers and stuff. I watch and like keep track of all that. So everybody has their own little thing, but like people have like 50,000 people or viewers or 5,000 viewers watching someone play video games.
It's crazy, man.
You know?
If there's a new game out and you don't know how to beat it, that's what that's for. But also like that's the younger generation, man, not wanting to play. They want to just watch.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I
Why
want to
wouldn't you want to?
I need to play the video game. But I was streaming video games for a long, long time, and I couldn't get no viewers. I got affiliated on Twitch only because I would force my friends and family to fucking run it while I was on. And all of a sudden,
Just turn it on.
if the viewers dropped, I would shut it off so it wouldn't fuck up my average. So I'm affiliated on my gaming account, but I don't run it much because I got to sign out of this I gotta sign out of Streamlabs for this, and sometimes it doesn't come back on right. Drunk gaming, streaming with the
I
boys.
play.
That's what it
I
used to
hop
be.
on to Battlefield sometimes.
Just fitter hat. What's up with the PPE in Boston? I never see my man with any. It's just the fitter hat and go. Yeah, bro. The PPE in Boston is fucking top notch, and it's literally like they'll throw you off the job. But if you're the fucking general foreman, I mean, are they really gonna throw me off? Um, I wear my hard hat. I do wear my hard hat. If I'm on a hard hat, if I'm just on a, all right. So here's my thing. If there's an acoustic ceiling up and there's tiles in it, I'm not wearing a fucking hard hat. That's finish. That's finish work, and that's not allowed. They're gonna say if you're on the job site, you need the hard hat. And listen, you might be able to get away with it. You might not. Most of the time, people aren't gonna tell me to put my hard hat on. They'll tell my apprentice. They'll tell the guy with me, hey, put your hard hat on. But they're not gonna look at me and tell me, hey, put your hard hat on. So I just like I'm kind of a little bit of a rebel, and the videos look better with the fitter hat, you know?
So you put your hard hat over the hat, right?
Yeah, I don't like the hard hat touching me.
You is your hard hat fitted backwards? You get the brim in the back?
No, I don't like that. I like the brim in the front, so I like to fucking, if I don't want to talk to the person coming, I can just pretend I'm looking at my phone. I'm really looking at your chest, but you can't see my eyes. And I do that with my hard hat too.
I got it backwards for inspections because I'm always looking up, so the brim will
I'm always like grabbing it,
block my view.
and I like that fucking brim. I've always had it forward. They bust balls down here, hard hat, gloves, vest, and safety glasses. So if a safety guy ever
The
tells you, if
gloves thing.
safety guy ever tells you to put gloves on, right? You tell him to go fuck himself because he can't tell you that. Because you want to know why? We use a rigid 300, and right on the fucking rigid 300 it says no fucking gloves. I'll go toe to toe with a safety guy, and the chances of him kicking me off is very slim, but it might happen. A vest, a vest is used when there's machinery around. When you're out doing underground and there's bulldozers and fucking skid steers and excavators. If I'm on the fucking 12th floor on my 6 foot ladder and I need a safety vest, something fucking wrong with you. You can see me just fine in my black shirt. And the gloves, I don't wear gloves. I don't need gloves. I'll wear my little rubber gloves if it's going to be really oily, black water and shit, but they can't force you to wear gloves on the machine. Can't put fittings on. I don't know. Safety glasses, I should be wearing safety glasses. I did get metal in my eye one time. I got a piece of metal right on my pupil from drilling a shield in a metal pan on a windy day.
Whoa.
And I was new to the union. I didn't want to tell anyone. I went home. I slept on it. My eye was rusted shut when I woke up. I went back to work. The dude's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I got metal in my eye yesterday." He brought me to Mass Eye and Ear, and the dude picked it out with a fucking needle. It was the worst experience of my life. You just put your chin on this thing, and you got your forehead against this thing, and the guy's like, "All right, look at the light. Don't move." And he's coming at you with a fucking needle right to your pupil,
Holy shit.
and they numbed my eye. So this is the first time I ever had my pupils dilated. They didn't say like, "Hey buddy, we're gonna dilate your pupils. You're not gonna be able to see." So they told me we were gonna get Novocaine, not Novocaine, but like I don't know, eye numbing shit. But they also dilated me. So I'm sitting there. I had to wait a few minutes, and all of a sudden my phone's getting blurry and shit. I was like a couple blocks from my vehicle. I could hear them picking the metal out of my eye. Boink, boink. And then they called it a deburring tool, but really it was just a fucking fancy little drill with like a grinding wheel on it that was soft, and they just were like
So what do
fucking
you do now? You wear safety glasses
blasted
when
my
you're
eyeball. No, you make the apprentice drill the shield. I, I mark it, you drill it, Bubs. Close your eyes. The Rigid 300, if you go by the manufacturer specs, has a dude just get his hand all fucked up, so made us take a class like a month ago. So no gloves and not supposed to put fittings on. What the fuck?
with
You
a
can't put a
14?
fitting on the machine? Yeah. There's always one guy that's got to fucking be an idiot and fuck it up for everybody. I hate having an 18 on the machine. A lot of companies won't let you use a 14-inch wrench on the machine because
No,
people
14 with the extension.
they get their hand stuck. I used to use a 14-inch.
That's what happened to me.
It's got just enough to hold on. Don't put your hand on the bar. I never got my hand pinched. Not supposed to
Yeah,
put
I do
fittings
mine.
off or on. I have to. We had a guy pinch his hand too, and they tried to say no 14s, but on the 14 King, baby.
14 with the extension. I'm telling you.
That's the way. That's how I've been doing it for years. And like out of all the things I do, that's probably the thing I catch the most flack for. I got a lot of guys busting my balls for using the 14 with the extension, but I don't care. I want to get my
I love it.
I had
It's
I had like
lightweight.
3
You
ladders
can
going
fit it in
today.
places.
I was gonna try to bang that job out myself, and little Bobby's like, I got canceled. I'm coming to help. I'm like, no fucking way. Little Bobby comes and bails me out. So he was just cutting the drops back for me. So I had 3 ladders going. So I had 18s on 2 of the ladders, and it's fucking. They're heavier. It's you can feel that it's a little bit heavier. If you're working on that thing all
Oh,
day, why not
absolutely,
have a
yeah.
little bit of a lighter wrench? And my 14 is actually a 19, and it's got the jaw is like almost a half an inch thinner than an 18. So you wrench a close nipple O2 with your 18, and I'll wrench it with my 14. We'll see who has more struggles. It's a threader, so it's just trying to save their ass if somebody else gets hurt. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so who do we have tomorrow?
14-inch steel? No. Tomorrow we got Shaggy, Quentin, inspector
Shaggy.
out of Indiana. Um, he added me on Snapchat, and he sends a lot of guys. I noticed they send sprinkler shit on Snapchat, and I can't share it because like Snapchat, like you can't. I don't know, it disappears. And if I did have to screen
So
record
he's
it.
a so he's an inspector.
Inspector in Indiana, yep. He's doing some fucking crazy shit
I
all the
don't know if
time.
so. I don't know if he's following. I don't know if he's watching this right now. But what we should do, I think everybody could send us some questions, some controversial, inspection questions for me and him to go back and forth on.
I got a question today about a 5-year internal and if there's actually rules to it. And my thing was like, I go to the end of the main and the farthest point, and I would go to the end of that, whichever line is longer, and I'd pull that end cap and I'd see what we got. And then I'd probably take a check valve off like close to the pump or close to the riser. And if I see zero, if I see anything in either of those spots, then what? Do you keep checking?
So I gotta look at the code book to look exact. So you look at the alarm valve. You look at the main. You look at a branch line.
Right. End of the main, take the cap off. End of the line, take the fitting
Yeah,
off.
you do that, you're good.
And then like if you see a little bit of something in any of those spots, then that opens up a much more extensive search, right?
That's correct.
And if you see nothing
That's
in
right.
those 3 spots, chances are it's good.
Yeah,
That tow mode with Ralph, I don't know.
I'm a big fan of camera. We have a big camera that we can like bend
Oh, that's fucking cool. I've been hearing about
and
that.
I think it's
So
1080p and it also has a light on it.
is it
It's
a hand?
awesome.
Is it
I can run
handheld?
it.
The video's getting a handheld, or the video goes to your phone?
I have a. It's a. I think it goes to the phone.
All right, well give us a screen record, bro.
Yeah. Well, I haven't used it yet. We just purchased it.
Cause we'll be fucking. Every one of us will just be staring at that fucking thing.
You can run it.
You can make it a minute long, and we're just gonna all be watching.
Yeah.
Brian, have you
Oh, that'd
seen
be
the
cool.
new core insights, and can you explain how they work?
Core insights.
I just put a bunch of those on at BI. I don't know if I could fucking tell you how it works because I thought it was fucking stupid. But so we have dry systems we put in,
Tell
Galvy
me what it
pipe.
is. I'm not familiar with it.
It's like so Galvy pipe, schedule 40, dry system. We're not using nitrogen. We just have a regular compressor. It's a regular old dry system with a model EX low pressure dry valve. And every every piece came with an outlet above the valve. I'm like, what the fuck? These guys think we're putting a flow switch on this? It looked like because they put a 2-inch threaded valve. I thought that they were like fucking it up and they were trying to put a 2-inch hole, thinking it was a wet system. I was very confused till I found the box of these core insights. It's a 2-inch fucking bushing. Picture a bushing that has this little white circle, looks like fabric in there. And if it turns blue, then you have like corrosion in there. It will say you have corrosion in the pipe.
Mm.
It's like I think it's like a corrosion
I
monitor.
bet freaking. I bet just every single one. I think every single one's gonna be positive, like a
Well,
COVID
so
test from
that's the
CVS.
first thing that was my
It's
first
every
question to
single
the
one.
office was like, okay, well I have to trip these at least twice. I'm gonna trip these at least twice, one for me and one for commissioning. And at this point there was more than that. So every time I trip it, it gets wet. That's not gonna fuck with it. It didn't fuck with it. They're still white, but I don't know. Somehow it's gonna indicate if there's corrosion in there. And that's what I think, but I'm not 100% positive. I just fucking screwed them in there. I got a picture of it. Core Insight. It's like a bushing with a white and red sticker and a little white piece of fabric inside a sight glass.
Hmm.
What do you think, Teague? Did I hit that? Did I hit that good or no? I think he was asking me about him a little while ago.
I mean, I
Those
like the
two.
sight glasses. I like to see the water. I think it's cool.
I worked with a guy that his father invented like the first sight glass, I think, in Boston. Owned a supply company. All right, so yeah, tomorrow, Quentin, aka on Instagram, he's Shaggy669. He's another 669 brother. Inspections in Indiana. He's on Snapchat. He's Snapchatting me all day. Um, and then on the 8th, Wednesday, we got J Mac. He's got all the gadgets. I share him sometimes. He's got all kinds of gadgets. He's hanging like a 6-inch standpipe right now in the center of a fucking stairwell, an old school stairwell, and he's drilling angle brackets at different levels on the stair tread. So he's got one angle bracket here and one angle bracket here, and they both have a different size rod to hit the friction clamp level. I think he posted it on his story. Maybe I'll try to share it. It looked fucking sick. It looked really sick. And he's got all kinds of gadgets. He's got that thing that you hit with the hammer and it makes the center mark.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, he's always sending me gadgets. I told him to bring all of his
With all those
gadgets
gadgets
on the
and
show.
stuff, I wonder what his like everyday carry is. Like what he carries every day in
Yeah,
his
he's
pockets.
oh anywhere he goes. Mine does my everyday carry doesn't change from work or play.
No,
I
me
got a little
neither.
I got a little tray right here with all my shit, and it's all going in. Knife, flashlight,
I
everywhere I
carry my
go.
flashlight with me.
I do
I
too.
carry my flashlight.
I always carry my flashlight. That's my baby. Where the fuck is she? Knife, flashlight, always left pocket. AAA
Which knife is
batteries,
that?
LAPG. I'll cut sheetrock with
Okay.
this. If you're trying to fuck around, I'll cut you with it. It's got the seatbelt cutter, the glass breaker, and the fucking. I gave it to little Bobby today to cut a ceiling tile, and I sharpen it often. But it's just that's my everyday carry, you know. Those babies always stay with me. Obviously, my phone. Can't fucking leave without the phone, kid.
I'm a fixed blade guy.
Fixed blade? Like so the boot
I
knife.
always carry like a
If I'm
big
coming to
fixed blade.
Atlanta, I'll bring
Yeah.
the boot knife. But I have a K bar.
Yeah, bring that if you come to Atlanta.
I have a K. Are you familiar with K bar? Where the fuck is it?
Oh yeah, I love my keyboard.
That's my favorite knife, bro. I don't know. Obviously, I can't fucking find it right
So
now, but
I carry this every day. BMG or something like that. BGM. He's a he's a bladesmith out of I think New York. And
you just try. Oh, is that? It's a big.
normally
It's a thick blade, so you could deflect bullets in Atlanta. Pew pew.
it's thick. I could use it for anything I need, you know.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I extended it to I asked him to extend it to 4 inches. It's usually a 3 inch.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's 4 inch blade. I just do it appendix style like you would carry like a gun. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm
K bar.
carrying every day. Depending on where I am, where I'm going, I'll slip in a little pistol, you know.
Yeah.
But normally
The
it's
K
just a
bar I
blade.
usually have on the back as a last resort, but appendix is where the fucking sig goes.
So you sometimes strap the K bar depending on where you are.
So I'll usually always have that knife, but the K bar, yeah, I like that baby just to, cause that's not coming out for sheetrock. That's just strictly a throat slicer.
Yeah, I had one for a while. You know, I think it's called like a TDI or something like that. I had one of those for a while.
It's called like a last resort. It comes with a sheath, and it's like a fucking
Yeah, there's like
curved
it's like
serrated blade, and you
curves.
just fucking fits in your hand good, and you know, if you got me pinned on my back or something, you're trying to fuck around, you might gonna find out.
I carry
I'm
this
not the
knife to
biggest
the
guy,
club
so
too.
yeah. Well, yeah, you should, right? I mean, you're the fucking bouncer.
Yeah,
How many
yeah,
people
it
are in the
gets
club?
pretty
How many
gnarly.
people are in the club you think got a gun?
We try. There's probably at least two.
And how are they getting by the metal detectors?
Do what? Say that again.
You don't have metal detectors?
No, metal detectors don't work.
Really?
Those hand things, no, they don't work. It's a false sense of security.
You don't just get
So
one of
that
them fucking you walk through. Beep 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 beep.
I don't know how expensive those. are. Then you have people off, and you're trying to be efficient. You're trying to get those people in or out.
Yeah. So fuck it, just bring the guns in.
Well, we try to, we pat them down as good as possible.
Oh, you got a pat down shit. Hmm.
Yeah, you just get, up close and personal. Think of so if my friends are coming in, like a group of my friends or whatever, I'll leave my spot and I'll go and bring them in and I'll pat them down and get them through VIP and take care of them. But I'm over at the tables, so all the VIP bottle girls and stuff like that, I take care of the girls, take care of the tables, and it gets pretty gnarly. Last weekend, last weekend was rough, man. I think there was some bad cocaine being tossed around. One girl was unconscious, and I was like shaking her a lot, and she kind of came up. She could talk normal, which is like you'll be out of it, but you can speak normal, not like you're intoxicated. And then
Huh.
her nose started bleeding, and then we had three people upstairs. Their nose started bleeding, and
Oh
after the
yeah.
club, we had two ambulances outside. It was
That's a bad look to have ambulances
bad.
outside the club, right?
Cocaine isn't what it used to be. Ever since the
Fentanyl. It's
fentanyl
all
got
laced
in
with
there.
fentanyl.
Yeah, it'll kill you, make your, it'll mess you up. That girl was messed up.
Glock
I
43X
mean,
stays in the truck. I love me a Glock.
they spend like $2,000 on a table. This lady got sick. I kicked them all out. I was like, I ain't dealing with this shit tonight. Y'all all go,
Peace
everybody.
out. Fucking.
And then, what are they gonna do? Call the police? Oh, you're over here doing coke, like
I mean, so if you're gonna do coke, why wouldn't you just get a coke testing kit and fucking just do a little test? They make kits. You can get it from Jeff Bezos on Amazon. Just fucking test your shit,
make
man.
sure it's pure. I don't know if it,
They're like, and a lot
or
of
just
people,
test it
I've
for
heard of people
fentanyl.
that test it and they're like, well, fucking, I already bought it. It's not showing up safe, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, it's fucking probably just baby laxatives and meth. I don't know. I don't think it's
Oof.
worth it. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, but I don't bother people if I don't see a needle, like I
Yeah, I
don't want to
mean,
see a needle, if they're doing like
they're bringing
whatever,
needles in the club. No,
especially if
isn't
they're
that gonna
doing
make them
like
sleepy?
Molly or no, I don't know, but if I see one, I'm beating the fuck out of them. I don't want that in my club at all.
That's
And
fucked up.
but
It is, man.
but like if they're doing like Molly or like acid or something, I'll leave them alone because
They're
I'd
so they're
rather
so
them be in
harmless.
the club than
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
they're
having a
just kind
good
of doing
time.
their own thing, and and they will usually bring someone to like take care of them, like someone that stays sober and takes care of them.
That's a
They
good
plan it
idea.
out.
That's a good idea.
But the cool thing about, for the most part, my club,
Little bumpy poo in the
people want
club,
to
yo,
have
wild in
fun.
Atlanta. I've had my days of bumpy
People want
poos.
fun, man.
I had some good
It's
old days of bumpy poos
like it
back
gets
in the drinking.
crazy.
I didn't like the cocaine. I just liked the smell of it, especially when I was fucking hammered. Bad
Yeah.
days, you know. But then it wasn't. There was no such thing as like. Usually it was just like whatever. It was cut. Like they would put baby laxatives in it or whatever they would put. They weren't putting fucking fentanyl in it.
I don't understand why they'll wait until like, so we close at 3, but they'll wait until like 2 to do it. I'm like, yo, you're about to be gone. Like,
Because you get a little bump to
why
make it home, bro. It
jumpstart
sobers you
this?
up. That's always what the
Is that
coke was.
right?
Yeah, the coke was always to sober you up to make it home. Yeah, you fucking do bottle service all night. You're fucking sideways, and then you just do a nice big gagger, and you're sober again to drive yourself home. Not sober, but more. I don't know.
So you can drive without shutting an eye, like doing that thing, where you're like, all right, there's no, is you if you're drunk and you're driving,
I'd never,
you see two things.
I've never crashed a car because I was drunk. I crashed my dad's truck because I was doing bumps. I wasn't watching the road. We were doing bumps, but I was drunk. I mean, you could say. I mean, I got a DUI that night. But dude, I was a very good drunk driver. We'd go to Foxwoods, which is just
You
2 hours.
close one eye?
No, I need both my eyes. I'd be texting too.
Nah, bro. You crazy.
Close one eye, dude. I'd go to Foxwoods with just my one buddy Kyle, and we would go into the club. We'd spend the whole night at the club, and we would drive. I'd drive us home 2 hours, chilling. Mad times.
I always volunteer to drive. And I usually, the deal is I drive, they pay for valet, and they buy me one drink or
One,
two drinks,
I was
whatever I
always just
want.
like the designated drunk driver. Like I used
I
to.
usually if I go by myself.
Did you ever have liquid cocaine? It's a
I never done any of that.
no, it's not a drug. It's a drink. It's a three shot.
Oh
It's a triple shot. It's got Jägermeister. No, it's got Goldschlager, Rumble Mints, and Jägermeister. And I would just fucking have like 10 of those
no, I
babies.
never did. Keep it straight to tequila.
I'd like to
Straight
mix. I want
cute,
to
you know.
mix clear liquor with brown liquor and then have like a few
You
beers
just
on my
want
way
to
out.
get fucked up, Bobby.
For real.
Uh, it was bad. 2 years ago, I think I talked about it when I had my apprentice on the show.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
took a turn from schooling.
I was pretty rough, man. Now I'm just I take it easy. I volunteer to drive all the time because I'm not drinking much, and yeah, I really take it easy.
Pound
I
steals
gotta
after
watch
work.
myself.
I'd go on a lunch break and get 2 JMO Neats and 2 Miller Lights, and then get back on my lift. I don't recommend it.
No,
That's so now you can see
life is
now you can see why I quit drinking. It wasn't a good lifestyle. I was drinking a lot.
life is better when you're not drinking like that.
Yeah.
Like it really is better.
Before I had kids, bro, I was drinking every day. We need a phantom from Discord on here. That man is super
Well, see,
fresh to this
my
life.
father was an alcoholic. I'd never known. Had
Phantom.
no idea.
Really? Yeah, both my parents are alcoholics.
No. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
He went through a.
Most of the
He's been
family
sober for a long time. Yeah, it runs in my family as well.
runs in the
Like
blood, baby. And we start as Americans, you
use
start young, man. Like everybody just wants to I was drinking in 8th grade. It's fucking young. You know, I think
I
I tried
was
Zima when I was 10. You guys remember Zima? Did you ever hear of Zima?
not ever
The
Zima.
world's first wine cooler? It's like a
What?
10%. It was the world's first wine cooler. Look it up. It was
Uh,
discontinued. It was like 10% alcohol. It was like a Smirnoff Ice. Very similar to a Smirnoff Ice, but it was Zima. Fucking Zima. People know about Zima. 10 years old kid
you ever
drinking Zimas.
you ever get a gas station coldie on the way home?
I've never like that shit is just gonna make me pee. I'm not gonna feel a buzz and I'm gonna have to pee. That's what beer always was for me. I'd get a sleeve of Nips. I'd get a 10 pack of blueberry Smirnoff, and that would be my ride home. I'd crush 5 of those babies. Much easier to get rid of too than a big ass fucking tall boy can. Because you gotta
Yeah.
hold
So
the
I
tall
take
boy upside down for a few seconds to get every last drop out, or then when you squish it on the floor, the fucking beer goes everywhere.
bro, I'm super cheap, man. I'll go by like the drugstores and get those $2 vodkas or tequilas usually. If I go out to eat and I get a drink, I'm like drinking a little bit and I'm like pop pop,
Oh
Just a
yeah,
couple
that was
expensive.
the other. That's the other thing about dinner when I quit drinking is that I'm like holy shit, dinner's not that much money. To go out and eat dinner is not
Yeah.
that much money. It's really just fucking. I was having 5 drinks.
Yeah, alcohol is so expensive, man.
Wild
So when we
turkey.
go to the
Oof.
club, uh
Your friends were not
usually we
nice to
all
you.
drink for free. Me and my friends that take care of them, stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's not that bad. Yeah, so they get if they want valet, they pay for valet. But when we get into VIP, then we always start the night with shots.
Shots, shots, shots.
So
So
this
much
this
money wasted on
Saturday,
VIP.
yeah, because here's the thing, man.
I've wasted so
People,
much money in VIP.
if you go to VIP, like usually if it's a dance club, people want to be with everybody that's dancing. So you're paying all that money just to be where general admission is.
Yeah, well, I mean, the VIP is really just a flex. I mean, you're really just trying to flex on everybody else that's there,
That's
that's
bro,
crammed in
that's
together, and I'm just chilling with a big
that's it.
bottle of Grey Goose and a big bottle of Jameson.
Yeah.
Just pouring it on the ice, wasting it while everyone's out there scrounging for fucking plastic cup drinks. Sprinkler trip to
Yeah.
ATL, and we're gonna party at Brian's club. Never been to a
Oh,
bar
hey,
or
if
club backyard drinker. Really? Damn, I had a
all right,
couple
so
local bars. I got I
if
got I got
anybody comes
banned
to
from a couple
Atlanta,
bars.
I got
I can't go to. I
kicked
can't
out
go.
of
I wasn't allowed at
I was out
Buffalo
there with some
Wild
sprinkler
Wings.
fitters.
Huh?
I got too loud. I got kicked out of a Hooters with some
Oh,
sprinkler guys. We were too loud.
really?
Yeah,
We got a Hooters. We got a couple Hooters out here.
they're like,
That's a good time.
and Hooters sucks. Do you have a Twin Peaks?
No,
Oh, their beer's so cold.
Twin Peaks.
And there's one right by a college, so the clientele's better.
That's a good idea.
Except for, so I got a thing. I don't like I can't. It doesn't matter how hot you are. If a girl has fucking long, like fake nails, I'm out immediately.
Same. I don't fuck with them
Oh,
things.
bro,
I want
I
natural
can't,
looking nails. I hate them long
can't.
fuckers. Ugh. Imagine
Dude,
all
I
the
was
shit
gonna
that's
go
stuck
out with
under
this
there. How the fuck did she
before I
wipe
had a
her ass?
girlfriend. Oh my god! Before I had a girlfriend, I met up with this girl. We were done going on a date, and she was smoking like freaking, bro. She was hot, like whoo, crazy. And then we got on the date. We sat down, and I saw the nails,
The
and I'm
four
like,
inch
oh man,
fingernails?
bro, I'm out immediately.
Yep.
Immediately done.
Can't do it. Can't do that either.
Oh,
I was hanging and begging at 18, turned 21 on a night shift job. Old timer got me a 22-ounce Bold Rock at 11:30 so I could drink at 12 at lunch. That's pretty cool. You go back to
that is
work?
pretty cool.
They have Twin Peaks down the
It's
street from my
better.
house. I don't think we have Twin Peaks in Mass. I'll have to look into it. But this has been a great show. This is one of our longest shows, I think. Where does it say how long
Yeah,
we've been going?
definitely.
It usually tells me how long we've been going. Oh, an hour
You want to
25.
come back on another time too?
Yeah, Lou's definitely gonna come back on.
Yeah, Lou, you want to come back on?
You guys went completely off track, but
Oh yeah, yeah we
I
did.
mean,
with
it's whatever.
We just did 20 minutes of off
yeah,
track, but you did
I,
good. You did good listening.
I just I just wanted to say my first job ever was at Hooters.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, I was 15 years old.
how was that?
That's cool. What,
I,
you
I
cook?
was a
Bus boy?
I was a bus boy, and all the girls.
So, what's your view on the
Mm,
girls that are there? Like, what's the type of girl that signs up for that?
Oh, okay, well, hold up. Before we get to that, my sister worked there too, and my
Ah,
brother. So it was like a triangle.
Oh, okay. You
So
had the
it's
family
it's
there.
hard for
all right.
me
So
to.
your sister does not count, but generally, other than your sister.
Man, I remember there was this girl named Melanie, and she was like 30 years old, and she was hitting on me
Damn.
pretty hard. And
Damn.
I was like 15 years old,
She
maybe
wanted young
maybe
Lou.
16. Yeah, and I was like,
Bro, keep that experience in there.
Did
So
you
she'll blow
did you
your mind,
regret
man.
passing that opportunity up? If you think back at
no,
it?
because she has like 5 kids now, so
Allegedly.
it's
Oh
good.
yeah, yeah. You would have had a little. You would have had a kid with
Woo.
her.
No,
But
man.
also would have been illegal for her. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
um,
What
but
a- oh man.
it's been great for me, guys. I
Cool.
appreciate it. I
Yeah,
really
I had
do.
I had an experience like that on the back of a 4-wheeler. This girl, I was like 16, and there's a girl that was like maybe like 30, 31.
she's
Had her on the
driving.
back of the 4-wheelers riding, and then the 4-wheeler. No, I'm driving. And then
Oh.
the 4-wheeler breaks down. And my 4-wheeler always broke down, so I had a bag of tools. So I'm over there fixing it and stuff, and she was hitting on me, and she was like hinting hard to it. But like me, I'm like not even like
I'm trying to fix
it's
the
not even
quad.
clicking. Yeah, I'm busy. So
That's
like a
awesome.
year later, I'm like, oh, that's what she was saying.
Missed opportunity.
I get it now.
Fucking
Bro,
awesome.
completely clueless. Had no idea.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, Lou, it's been great.
Oh
I
man.
love the story of how they helped you transition into a trade. And you
It,
really could have picked
it's
any trade, but you landed with the best trade.
yeah, yeah. It's given me the best life possible.
Yeah,
I've
that's
been able to
awesome.
buy 3 houses because of this job
Really?
in the last 3 years. Yeah,
That's freaking
three
awesome,
houses.
dude.
Incredible.
What are you fixing them up?
Well, I own this one. I rent another one, and then the other one I rent to my dad because he couldn't afford one. So I just bought it, and then he just lives there and pays for it.
Oh,
So
that's
That's
incredible.
cool.
That's
yeah,
You're a
incredible.
good man.
so
Is that your gaming chair you're sitting on?
yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
Huh?
yeah. I got my PS5 right here too.
What are you
So
playing?
I barely play, but when I do, it's usually Warzone.
Yeah, I got banned.
will.
I got banned
Rolling
from
too hard.
Warzone.
We always follow the rules.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a rule breaker. Drug dealer, part-time,
That's awesome.
sprinkler fitter, 3 houses.
Yeah.
No, I'd say
Y'all
he's not.
ever come to Atlanta? Y'all want to come to club? Let me know. I'll
Yeah,
get you in.
I'll get you
We'll have a
in.
shot
Man,
together.
No Pat. Can
I don't.
I?
I don't drink, unfortunately. I don't like the taste of alcohol or liquor. It's just to me, it's just
That's it, Lou. All right. Well, we'll go to the club and we'll be sober. Come on.
okay. Sounds good. I don't
We'll get a
smoke either, unfortunately. So even though I'm from Colorado, I know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't.
you guys were like the pioneer to get it legalized, huh?
Yeah,
First ones.
I'm pretty.
Straight laced, huh?
Straight edge.
Yeah,
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that
I
at
mean,
all. Sometimes we got to
I
talk
mean,
about the
it's
drugs
gotta
and
have
the
fun.
alcohol because let's face it, a lot of sprinkler fitters are into it. So every now and then we bring it up, reminisce on
Yeah.
the good old
So for the
times.
record, yeah, I mean, Bobby's sober. I rarely drink. You know, I still have trouble with it too, but sometimes when I drink it goes straight to party time, and
That
I
was me.
struggle with that still. But like, other than that, I don't do any.
I could never
I
like,
don't
hey, let's
smoke
go out and get a
marijuana.
beer after work.
Nothing.
Like, yeah, let's go out and get a beer after work with you.
No,
Then I'm gonna end up drinking all
no,
night.
no. No, it's 3 a.m. and I'm getting kicked out of a strip club. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Like it's
Waking up in
it's
a random
nothing. It's
spot.
not like a
My alarm's
Tuesday go
going
get
off
a
for work.
margarita. You know.
Never. I can never have one. There was never a day when I had one drink. Like, all right, we're all done for the
No, but
night. Yeah, it's bad. Bad
Uh,
habit.
but it's been like over a month since I've had a drink. So it's not like it's not a big part of my life at all.
that's good. You
Thankfully.
can control it.
Yeah.
My brother is the show's alcoholic. He's talking about fucking Teague.
Yeah, he is.
He was like, well, I
That
mean,
episode will
what was he
always
one of
be
our
one of my
first
favorites.
episodes? It was like one of our
Yeah, and
first episodes, bro. And
you're
I'm
like
like fucking
Googling. Can you can you
I'm like
drink can you
fucking
drink on
panic
this?
mode with this guy. I'm like, uh-oh. He's fucking what was he? He was the third episode,
Where'd I
right?
get
Right off
shot
the bat,
down?
he's holding beer. I'm like, can you drink alcohol on fucking Twitch? It's like, yeah, if you're of
Can you
age.
smoke weed on
And then all of a sudden he pulls out his vape. I'm like, oh shit, can we smoke
Twitch?
weed on Twitch? It's like, yeah, that's allowed. I'm like, all right, cool. What's he gonna do
You're
next?
like, okay,
All
okay,
right,
good.
shit. Is
Whew.
he gonna pull out the blow next? Can we do blow on Twitch? Fucking Teague.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, guys, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. Thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, it was
It's been
great
really
talk. It
good.
was great talking. This was a good show. Thanks to
Love
all the
talking to other sprinkler fitters.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about.
Awesome.
And thank you to all the
Yeah,
viewers and people commenting. We appreciate you guys. And if you want to come on the show, let us know.
thank you.
We'll see you guys
Absolutely.
tomorrow with Shaggy.